Hi, everyone. I'm at the public library again, and I want to let you know that I claim all my rights. Under 18 USC 241 to 42, it's about foreclosure on my real estate, no deprivation of rights under colorable law. And 18 USC 341 and 342 is about the fictitious name and fictitious conveyance of language, the 911 that they do on you. Because if you understand when Christ first shall be last and your last shall be first, your last name is the first name and your first name is your last name. They've reversed it since King Henry the Fourth century. But this has actually been going on since the beginning of time when Adam and Eve sinned in the Garden of Eden. They caused the double dipping with Satan, the devil. Like I said, read Fruit from a Poisonous Tree by Melon Stamper, and it has Melvin Stamper, and you can get this, download this at a library PDF. It's from the Department of the Air Force, the Anti-Corruption Society. So, see, your Constitution and Bill of Rights, Article 1, Section 1, is made for individual rights and limits the government and establishes you. Uh, if you scroll down to the Corpus Delicti, that if you've harmed nobody, then you have not committed a crime, because all crimes are commercial, 27 CFR 72-11, in their courts of stealing everybody's equity, and they are supposed to be on a budget. And these lawyers and judges and prosecutors, pro se means to be cuter, to be in your skin, are trying to steal people's equity because your birth bond was worth tons of money by the time you were 90 days old, as well as your social insurance exemption, your social security account, which was supposed to be given to you by the age of 18. And in 1943 to during 1945, with the war, with everything that happened with Hitler and the Great Depression and the Bankruptcy Act fraud from 1933 with Eleanor D. Roosevelt, um, they stole the Social Security accounts the Nazis did for war, and it was supposed to be given back. Everything that they established since 1930 is fraud and is against the American people. But an American is considered pagan. We are in Babylon, the whore of Babylon. So I command a cease and desist, and this is my notice of criminal trespass. That's where the word trespass comes from, because they've done an antitrust act against us, and so they never have a warrant or an affidavit of an injured party. They can't, because no one is. I am the highest valid claimant of my soul. And your soul, your pedo, is stamped on that birth certificate when you're born, and the blood taken from the sole of the baby's foot, which is my blood, my DNA, and the crystal placenta is stolen, which has the imprint of the tree of life, because they sell it for $50,000 on the black market to the vampires. And everything that is in my congressional record, my family record, and the Smithsonian Institute belongs to me. My DNA, everything they stole when they charged me for what was self defense with a C, not an S, against a pedophile who sexually abused my 4-year-old daughter. And then she got abused in the home the state put her in, also. And my son got killed after the state took him. And his birth certificate, I discovered, was never signed by me or his biological father. And I am adopting back my children. And my family name, which is your proper name, comes first, because I do business in my father's name. My given name, my Christed name, is my Christian name, Sandra Gwen is my middle name, and they want to take up the middle class, the middle name. So the plaintiff is a state corporation fiction, institutes an action in his name that the usurper name, because they caused you to reverse. You got to flip around and reverse it. And I did a claim of life, and my nationalities are Native American or Indian. I don't claim, I'm renouncing my U.S. citizenship, that all caps U.S. citizenship, because when the blacks came over here, so they could vote and stuff, made them citizens, all caps U.S. citizens. They did not really get rid of slavery. They just renamed it in the 14th Amendment, which was never ratified, and made all American citizens slaves. But your Constitution, Marbury versus Madison case with the late great Judge Marshall, establishes all your amendments that they cannot go against, because 4 USC code proves that the gold fringe in the court, the flag with the gold fringe, is notwithstanding and not authorized. It means no nation, no constitution. Well, ahafak means to turn the table in ancient Hebrew, and that's what I say. Read between the lines. And my thumbprint, my first and my middle, my index and my pointer says, no, these are my 3 witnesses. And it's sealed on my paperwork, as well as the sole of my foot. And I'm not your pauper on paper. So they have a lack of testimony of an injured party. And you can go to Stand to Be Free 777 at Gmail, land of the free, you can do a motion to dismiss, a corpus delicti rule. When it's in self-defense, they cannot, you're the injured party. So they're heretics, and religion, 501c3 code, they legalized Christianity in the Council of Nicaea, which is also another insurrection, because the churches are getting paid with Fed notes, which if you get your USC 12411 right, which is redemption with lawful money, which is gold and silver, it reduces the debt and the inflation, which is what everyone needs to do. So I'm coming in under special. I have done an extreme court of record, and I have also wrote the president, and it addressed the executive branch, the legislative branch, Congress, and the judiciary branch, and we the people branch by doing this video. And I have spent an extreme amount of money for my freedom, and I found out one of the things is that our Postal Treasury Department, they have committed mail fraud. Everything's being held in the post office. So anyways, you have to fill out your paperwork to the post office. You can watch a video by Patrick Devine about that. But these are all my letters, which have been filed in the court, and for my private intellectual property, and my lawful notice, and my notes to the president, and to all the judges that have been involved, because I can attach their property and make them pay, because they have done an insurrection. Because when you get a charge on you, there is an alleged amount of bond that is placed on the crime, and the bank charges 200 to 300%, and then they make all this money of $400,000 and more on all of those bonds. I am surety for myself, not for another. It's called surety bonds, bit bonds, performance bonds. Let's see, this Randall Powell. You have to address them in their real names, not pseudonyms and monikers. So Randall Howard Paul, and Andy Graham Bashir. And this is the paperwork I filed in the court, which has all been stamped. And I have been filing paperwork in the federal court in London, Kentucky, and here in Curry County, Kentucky, and just all over, and have tons of proof with my registered mail receipts. Oh yeah, I've spent thousands at the post office. I'm going to be a very wealthy, well, I already am, and I'm getting a woman. We're all rich, and people don't even know it because your birth bonds, and see your birth certificate, BIRTH, is different than your BERTH. You might want to watch a video called Gnostic Control by Justinian Deception, and it explains this to you. You have that's why mine was registered. Some people's 3 days or more after they were born. That's your 3-day rescission act. So, anyways, you need to fill out a 4232 form with it, and I'm coming out of the beast system. And I'm going to read some Hebrew here. Yom Kippur is the Day of Atonement, the unique ceremony no longer sentenced to judgment, but made free, the second chance of life. 2 goats, Barabbas. Bar means son, and Abba, father, son of father. Messiah means son of God. Well, one was sacrificed so one could go free. I have Hawa, which means love, the divine, non-possessive. My burden's gone. The portal into another realm. Lamb over the doorway through the cross. And your body is the trunk of a man's arms, his legs. The woman too. Your body is a tree, and makes the sign of the cross when you put your arms out. So to believing Egypt. Now for my teacher, triune love, objection, for I am the object of his love, my heavenly Abba Father, the Hamashiach Father, to son and daughter. Rashit means first fruits, beginning of harvest. Wave the sheaf, Shabbat, high priestess, Passover, blood of lamb, consecration, cosmic proportions, day of resurrection, of offspring, ends winter of lives, darkness into light, overcame death, of my abundance, house of bread, the showbread, the key, Masada, rose, dry bones from dead, ornate, upright wooden chest called ark, my abundance, house of bread, chamber of scrolls, like a scroll rolls out my life, for Hebrew, for bread, Bethlehem, staff of life, food and sustenance, basic necessities, fullness of love, presence, pleasures, and substance, the roads of Zion, rocky road becomes Sandy's road. I pressed him for the good, highest in the heavenly, to the Qadesh city, the holy city, to my Katan, means bridegroom. Katan means bridegroom. Love conquers hate. I pressed on for the good, highest in heaven. My nature and heart is joined the mystery of Zorora. Isaiah 53, the death of sin paid for. My Passover table flipped the tables. Uh, the bone went from broken in death, died to old self, and found true life, tree of life, avoiding the door of temptation, and provoke no man, and do not harm thy brother nor sister. My seeds became the plant, the flower, the tree, tree of life, to let out the bag, the soil, oil, planting, sown, my shell broke open, plan activated, promises unlocked, and miracles begun, genuine. I'm the genuine article, the genuine woman, the life here, bearing a fruition, the celestial seed, secret angels, cherubim, seraphim, warring angels, minus the wicked ones. And John Elhana rise from the dead, AD, after death, born from above, born again, 3-day act, birth, regis, rescission act, my malak and my baptizer message, evangel, earth angel, my branch, Netzeret means the branch, the place of branching forth, Nazareth, like a short shoot, branch out, my Nazareth, love comes through, and I multiply the bread, thankful for, Tata equals Toto, like Toto in the Wizard of Oz, Dorothy's little doggy. My Asham, Guilt nailed to the cross in remembrance of me. All guilt, shame, and regrets died and gone forever. It is finished. The reign of the water and reign of the spirit to spirit, spirit, the moral form of reign, your rule. Malkesh, the later reign. It is finished. Book of Acts, Book of Joel, pouring out of the spirit. Joel 2:23 through 29. The Amalekites were defeated when and so was evil king Agag and Haman destroyed in Persian Empire. I am like the Jewish Queen Esther, Exodus 17:8 through 16, 1 Samuel 15:8 through 33, Esther 3:1, and 2 Corinthians 2:14. Mordecai destroyed wicked plans of wicked kings. There's no middle ground. I'm on the right side of the fence. Heaven's milkman that takes out the middleman. My middle name, Gwen. Milk Mama, Ama, Mata, the deepest longings of my heart, my Thursday, sundown Passover lamb, and Garden of Gethsemane, punches Pilate, washed hands of my life. I have no guilt, beaten and mocked, scourged, led through streets of Jerusalem. My agony, suffering, man was created in the sixth day. The guilt of man, redemption. My waters aren't shallow, they're deep waters. The net breaks with favor. Tamid, the covering for every moment. Third, sixth, and ninth hour, 369 Fibonacci code. My three witnesses. Barren land made fruitful on the day of Pentecost. Bulls of Bashan sacrificed on altar. Psalms 51. On my soul journey, always and forever, my two lambs, Mashiach message. Good Friday sacrifice mystery. Heaven's descent on earth as it is in heaven. The Shaman, olive oil. For I crushed the seed of the woman, crushes Satan's head, and to do the will of the Rakamim, mercy without end of love and compassion. So in the beginning, the Bereshit was infinity. I am eternal. The Shana, newness of spirit, the change, the Ruach, the wind at my back pushes me forward. Don't walk against the wind. Mana, appoint your days, praying for the days. Bride married to the bridegroom, beyond us. Yad, an apostrophe, city of Jerusalem, starts with Yad, of new journey, the Yad. Jerusalem. Midbar, wilderness, Dabar, speak the Midbar. Qadesh, perfect place, the wilderness hears. Shamayim, the physical, limited, becomes the spiritually unlimited. Aretz, on earth, is how you say earth. Aretz, and world was olam, become infinite. The serpent twists the truth, the cold-blooded trying to twist the good, and truth, warm-blooded, can endure. Don't give up the face in the waters. Give what you seek, cosmic love to put self. The cold can't endure in place of another. No one can walk in my shoes, his shoes, Yeshua, your heart in their heart. East from the west, your sins are cast from the east, as far as the east is from the west. Condemn, the everlasting earth is a sphere, kissing the creator. Proscanio, darkness to light, life to death, death to life, no more fear, sin, problems, or gloomy night and day paradigm. Talam means lamb, spirit of lamb is love, to be a favor to others, alter the past, undie the scarlet cord, no past to be aged, the water into wine as if no sin ever existed in the first place. When he turned the water into wine, it wasn't aged because no past existed. That made everything white as snow. Yasha means to be free, rescue, help, defend, preserve, victory, safety, heal, to save. Aliyah is going up the ascent, going to the promised land. Israel, I am real. Heaven's throne, earth is my footstool. Kavod means weight and glory of heaven, heartbeat of the miracle existence on earth as it is in heaven. Song of Solomon, name like oil, ancient oil, scent, spices, sweet fragrances, crystals, oil. Hamashiach means anointed one, Messiah, beloved, my dove, secret place of the cliff, presence, king of thorns, cursed king over it reigns, pierced, wounded, rejected, tears, now committed to my reign and authority, death removed, the power of Imana, the faith, trust, strength, solid, as a rock, absolute. Ivrim, ivri means singular. The root word avar means cross over. The X, the T, north, south, east, west, promised land over the Jordan River. Leave one land to another, born again, to enter into the kingdom of heaven. I am Ivri, avar, darkness to light. The Masada, Ezekiel, rise, dry bones, rose them from, come to life. With my massive army going out of the graves, the impossible becomes possible. So Ruth and Naomi in the scriptures was about the Gentiles being married to the Jews, the birth of, uh, Ruth and Naomi. She blessed, she favored by what she did. And I'm reading this good book called The Book of Mysteries by Jonathan Kahn, and it has a lot of good Hebrew messages of the meaning of the word. And the Hamash Megalat is about the 5 scrolls where Ruth bears a child who becomes the favor of Naomi's life. And that's about the redemption of the Gentiles and the Jews. And the Kohanim confession, the Semachah, is the placing of the sins of the people onto the sacrifice that they laid their hands on. And the Semachah to be performed on the sacrifice, the Messiah took away our sins, the Hamashiach. And the Hamashiach lives within us. The kingdom of heaven is within. So I hope these teachings will help you. I know I did it rapidly and quickly because I have to hurry. I have other things I've got to get accomplished, but I wanted to give this free message to the people. Your Netzaret is your Nazareth. And the Asham is we're let go forever. All regrets, shame, guilt is taken away. The Asham, the guilt offering, all sin was took away, and the darkness was taken away by the sword of the Amalek. The book of Esther, Haman is called the Agagite, and he was destroyed. Those who tried to destroy the Jews, and we're all adopted Jews. How does a Hebrew brew his coffee? How does a Jew brew his coffee? He Hebrews it. And we're all adopted in. That's just a funny little joke. And anyway, so go for your land of milk and honey, your USC 12411, right? Redemption and lawful money, and House Joint Resolution 192, Public Law 73-10, your 73-10. All debts were paid in the public and in the private. They even said it on the cartoon The Simpsons. People, you need to wake up. We're not in debt. We're the richest country. Everybody is, and they're trying to keep you in a debtor system. We're the creditors in the full faith and credit of all the money, the real money. And under the Uniform Commercial Code, all taxes have to be paid in gold and silver. How are they getting it? Through us using the Fed notes, which I denote. So the truth is going to make you free, and everybody needs to seek the truth, and love can only see the truth. So the Rakamim is about your mercy seat, and it means mercies. And so I ask for mercy, Rakamim, on everybody, that the truth will make everybody free. And the peace treaty that I sent to Joseph Robinette Biden will be honored on my honor to help everybody, because so many people have not been educated by history. And if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it. Well, I object. Whatever is bound in heaven will be bound here on this earth, and whatever is loosed in heaven will be loosed here on this earth. And I am definitely loosing me and my sons and daughter and my grandsons and granddaughters, my offspring, and I'm claiming that I'm losing everybody else too, to help the rest of the people in this world that I feel sorry for, who have not been educated by the truth and do not understand what the truth is. Uh, when it said, Our Father who art in heaven, Abba Father, Kodesh is how you originally say holy, the Ruach HaKodesh. Kodesh and perfect be thy name. Our name needs to be perfected. We need to flip the tables and get back our righteous name, which is in Revelations 2:17, the innocent name. And this whole artificial intelligence AI thing that's going on, and what Elon Musk is doing, they have been putting in pigs these battery things, this robot surgeon puts in the brain of the animals, and they want to do it to people. They are trying to play God. Well, the thing is God means government ordinance department. When the Savior said, You shall have no other gods before me, he meant it. From what I found, Ahawa means love, Ahava. But there was originally no V, it was a W. And there was no E, I, O, or U, because I don't owe you, Satan. You owe me. There was only A's. And AH is the feminine, and Ha is the masculine. Aha, epiphany, aha moment. Um, so your Yah, in Yod-Heh-Vahu, Yahweh, means to destroy your enemies, the wicked and the evil, which they will not last and they will not win. So, in the tractate Yoma 39, The Secret of the Yoma, um, the rabbis bear witness around AD 30, the way was open, the use of the power of Messiah to open the doors that are closed. So, Federal Rules 12b, you cannot try the all caps fictitious name in Canon 7. They cannot judge you. So, habeas corpus, delecti, where there's no body, there's no crime. And so they get you to register all property because nobody knows what happened in 1950 in the Reorganization Plan number 26. After the Bankruptcy Fraud Act in 1933, they ran all that Roman Empire power, the Catholics, the tiara, the three-tiered crown, that's a third part, the British, the Queen, all of them into the United States. And they're all foreign operations exchange. This is a Trading with the Enemies Act. And it came in this country in capita diminution maximus. The all caps name means to diminish a man to a slave and to have no land rights. Well, the Magna Carta AD, there's 4 things still in there that they cannot go against: your right to own property, your right to due process of your due process of law, a right to a fair trial, your right to own land, and where there's no body, no crime, habeas corpus. That habeas corpus selecti means they are supposed to free your body. Your mind, your heart, your body, your soul belongs to you. Mine belongs to me. We are the highest valid claimant of our life, our mind, our body, our soul. And I am autonomous. I am separate. I separate myself from the masses. Why did Christ say, I hate religion, the Hamashiach? Because they legalize Christianity, and legal by no definition is lawful. A state, a corporation, a person, and a human in the Black's Law Dictionary all means corporation, all means half truth. These statues, that's a hue, a shadow of a man. It's a half man truth. I'm coming in under special as a real living woman, a kala. Kala means the bride of the bridegroom. The Kala is the bride of the Katan, the bridegroom. And that's who I am. So, Ayah, which means destroy, my offenders. And I have self-defense with a C, not an S, which they also changed. And a right to bear arma, not arms. Your arms, coat of arms name, they usurped because your proper family name was put in as your last name instead of your first name. And they have committed mail fraud. And my post office treasury belongs to me, as well as my social insurance exemption account and my tax ID number, tax exemption, the 9 numbers, plus the 3, because 13, they are the 4. They hate the number 13. That's why it's not in any buildings in a bank, because that stands for your 12 disciples and Christ the fiduciary. And there really were 13 signs of the zodiac, is not 12. And originally 13 months, not 12. Because they're trying to take Christ the Hamashiach, the Savior, out. You ever wonder about the Ouroboros sign in the sky? The Ouroboros, how beautiful and colorful it is. And your aura, your brain, your mind, your free thinking mind, your Sarah Brim, your Sarah Abram. Pineal is your pineal gland. That's where Jacob saw who God and struggled with God. And I have. And was given a new name, Israel. Okay? Jacob became Israel, became real. Am I real? Yes. So, your body is the temple, your brain, your mind, and mine belongs to me. I don't believe in pharmaceuticals or this whole AI thing that they're trying to do and trying to play God. Yeah, because God, if you listen to, say, Alan Horvath's video, Satan's name is God, it's Shin Ba, the teeth, the Ba. The name God, if you study it in Hebrew, had nothing to do with the Creator's name. There are 2 worlds here, and one that the fiction one that Satan created, when they translated and transliterated the Bible, which the Good News was originally called Basora, like a rose, the rosy cheeks, and the crimes that they did. If you read Hosea 2:16, it says, "In that day you will no longer call me by the name of Lord." If you look up the word Lord in a Hebrew Strong Concordance, first of all, in the law books, Lord is land on record deed. But Lord is a Bali term, something Satan liked to be called. Okay? It says, "You will no longer call me Lord," the names of Baal, but by Ishi. Ishi means my creator is my Katan. Means breath, life. The original 22 letters of Aleph Bet, the Alahafa, Alatawa. Okay, the Aleph Bet, the Aleph and the Ta, the beginning and the end. It is finished. B was Beit, means house, the house of bread. Give me my dough, give me my bread. See, that's your gift, your present. My gift, my present. I'm taking back everything that Hasatan took. And he doesn't have the right to have a Ha in his name, to be eternal, because he's really mortal, because he is death. No one's going to take my infinity, my eternal life, or my immortality, or clone me, or do a double dip, double take on me. So all things work together for the good of those who love the Creator and know the Creator and study the Word and come to know the truth. The truth, the Talmudim, the Lamad, learn the Hebrew words because they have a very strong meaning. The disciples were the Talmudim, the Talmudam, and the scriptures when Christ is what you're used to hearing his name to be. Some say it's Yeshua. My city was that it's Yashawa or Ahawashawa. When he said that he hated religion, it was because religions took the truth and are not telling everybody the complete truth. And, there's a lot more that I could teach and say, but I am in a public library right now, and I have to get out of here and take care of some other things. But I suggest that everybody read this book if you can get a hold of it, the Book of Mysteries, and that you study to show yourself approved. You read The Fruit from a Poisonous Tree, and you have the right to travel without a license, not drive. That license, L-I-E, L-I-E, it's got the word lie in it. You need to learn to decipher the words, because if you look at the English language or any language, it will tell you the truth. The way that it sounds, no matter how it's spelled. So you can go to Cornell Law, or you can go to www.uslawbooks.com, and this will tell you all about your right to travel. And I filed this in the court, and I filed the Fruit from a Poisonous Tree in the court. And this is full of information, and you can download it at the library. And it says Shuttleworth versus Birmingham. The Supreme Court ruled you don't have to have a license to travel or freely assemble. And Title 18 U.S.C. 911 is the all-caps fictitious name. Title 1813-42-342. And that's what they have. They have usurped your name. And bank rules 2B. Bank cannot hold my property past 7 years unless given an extra 5, which I don't give permission. And so I am at the age of discernment, and I command what belongs to me. Under the DA 2823, Section 902, anyone who hasn't taken an oath of truth with full complete name to protect the rights of we the people are unconstitutional and foreign. And so the military tribunal flag needs to be removed out of the court. They need to put up their white flag and surrender. For my administrative rights, my right for subrogation, exoneration, and gold and silver certification. I can claim I'm out of their state and separate from their tripartite third parties as a platonic singular separate woman under Article 1, Section 13 of the Constitution. And they get you to say your car is a motor vehicle instead of an automobile. It's all in the language that they use, which can have up to 1,000 meanings. That's why I command a one word, one correct, proper language performance in any language. And no one can be tried in a foreign court in a foreign language. So the truth shall make you free. And people perish for a lack of knowledge. No ledge, no ledger. And this is my lien and my levy, my ledger on my soul, because I have unalienable, unincorporated rights, all rights reserved. I never waive any of my rights, not on any of these. See, we got fair use rights on YouTube, Facebook, all these things that they're trying to steal everything, all your information through your phone and through registering. Well, fuck, because you're not going to. on me. I'm going to flip the tables and turn the tables like Christ did when he rose up in righteous indignation, because there really is no separation of church and state with what they did either. And I am the church. I am the temple. And I'm separate from their lies and deceit and their masses, authors of confusion. My heart, he arts in heaven, on earth, on Olam, on Aretz, in the world, Olam, and on Aretz, the earth, as it is in the Shamayim, Shamayam, heaven. Ta-ta for now, which means total. Full closure, zero it out. My right to discharge and to dismiss all past charges. My right for exoneration. Thank you for listening. Clearing my Heavenly Father's name. I wrote that book in a namesake confession that I published on YouTube. Did not get any demonetized funds. They're monetary funds for what I did. I did what I did for the kingdom of heaven, for my katan.